How's everybody doing? Are we mostly high school coaches? Nice. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of talk about what I was just talking to them about. So two of the biggest things that I believe at any level that needs to be worked on, and still at the college level that we're trying to work on with them, is IQ, understanding decision making, and moving without the ball. I think a lot of the times they think that the only way to score is with this ball in their hand and forget that off a cut or off simple step aways, like you can get the ball and be able to score and put yourself in positions to score. As we know, basketball is moving more towards a positionless, everybody kind of needs to know how to handle the ball and move without the ball and put themselves in opportunities to score. Yeah, we still have sometimes our post players, but you've seen like a lot of, there's 6'3", 6'4" who are being able to come out and shoot it and handle the ball. So you're seeing a lot of 5 out, 4 out, 1 in, motion offense type things. How many of you run kind of a 5 out or a 4 out, 1 in for like the base of the offense, right? We obviously have like our quick hitters and some stuff that we draw up, but I feel like mostly the base offense, you're going to see 4 out, 1 in, 5 out, moving without the basketball. We right now have one player on our team who has a pretty solid IQ. For the most part, they don't. So you guys need to be our saviors and teaching them that at this high school level, please, because we're struggling with that big time. I'm not going to go through any specific plays, but I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about what we do at East Bay. We do a 4 out, 1 in. We like to use our high post a lot, and we like to use our high post as a screener, as a passer, right? Like we run everything kind of through her, and we get a lot of looks out of it. We get cuts, we get on-ball screens. And before I kind of show you guys that, I like to break things down and sometimes even start it with 2, right? Like, okay, coach is gonna be the passer. You're gonna work on a down screen action right now. Because it kind of shows them, someone over there asked, like, how do you teach to make sure they're holding the screen or when to cut off the screen? And I told them, you got to break it down simple. Like you can't just throw them out 5 and all right, let's work on the down screen action with 5, because then they're worried about a lot of different things. I think breaking it down with 2 and then 3 and then add 4, it's a great way to teach it and for them to kind of rep it that way. So then, okay, right now I'm only focused on this. I don't have to worry about anything else. I don't have to worry about where I go after that down screen or where I have to cut to next. They're simply just focused on, okay, setting a good screen and the timing of it. So I would encourage any offense that you guys are doing, break it down of like one side. Our first 2 weeks at East Bay, we spent doing 2 and 3 man game stuff. And because we have a whole new team, freshmen, transfers, we only did that so that they could pretty much like understand the basics of what the offense is going to be. So let's get 5 out. So what we do at our practice, and whatever you guys run, I encourage to put X's on the floor. So we put, every day at practice, we put an X in each slot. And we like to do our X's far out because in games, like they'll creep here, but like we like to try and like keep the offense spread. So we rep the X's kind of farther. So we do 2 slots, wings, corners, and 2 posts. 2 X's on the post. So we kind of like, when we're running through our offensive stuff, like get to an X so that's where they get specifically on the floor. Let's start in those spots. So let me get 2 slots. Sorry, let's start wing and corner, a slot, a corner, and a high post player. I'll have you be right here. Yep, perfect. Okay, so this is how we start our offense. And mind you, again, we do horn series, we do a box set, like we have our quick hitters, but ideally, like when point guard's coming down the floor and coach doesn't call something, we want them to go in this. Even out of our quick hitters are our sets that we have. If they don't get anything out of that, okay, we're gonna go into this. Like if nothing comes out, all right, let's get it. We call this 5s. So this is our 5 series. So there's a lot of things that we can do out of this. Ball starts here. We always start this person in the corner. So it starts with the fill up, right? Not just them starting on that wing. We want them to fill up. Okay, so he has two options. He can either start this pass to the post or he can start it to the wing. Okay, let's say he starts it to the wing. Okay, so now he has two options as well. He can cut strong side corner or he can cut opposite and you two would be filling up. Okay, biggest thing too is when players ask, well, where do I go, right? Move to the open spot. Like that's one thing that even here we talk about. Like, I don't know where to go, coach. I don't know where to move. Move to the open spot. Like, especially when you have a set where you guys start originally, if nobody's there, get to that spot. So again, he has this option to cut strong side or cut to the corner. You guys would be filling, okay? Let's say that he does cut to the strong side, okay? He cuts there. Now what happens here is, so you would fill out to the corner. We like to use him as a screener, okay? So we like to use him as a screener. Let's say that he comes off the screen. So while this is happening, so that they're not just standing, we want this either down screen happening, a back screen, or just exchanging, okay? We want them to continue to move on this side, okay? So as he comes off, okay, he's rolling. Biggest, most important part of this offense that we like to emphasize is he's rising from that corner, right? Because this pass really gets there a lot because they're all collapsed into here, okay? So this is like the basic option that we started with when we started introducing this offense, and we just repped 3 people for the first 2 weeks. We just repped this pass, fill to the court, strong side, on ball action. Okay, like I love the pick and roll. I think it's really, really great in offense. I think every player should know how to come off the pick and roll. Everyone should know how to set a good screen. I think it's good stuff. So, second option we have. Let's start it back to the top. Okay, now we have the option. He's filling up. Okay, now he can cut opposite. Yep, cut opposite. Now that on top. Yep. We're filling up. Good. Okay, and again, we can get into that on-ball action. 2-man game, I love it, right? Like it's the best. Just 2 over here. They can set those on that on-ball screen. We can get a 2-man action there. Okay? So that's kind of the second option that we have. Next option, and again, like anytime, like let's say he passes the ball there, okay? He doesn't know what to do with it. He can come here. We run the same exact thing, right? Like he can go screen. Sometimes our post players get they become too much of a screener. We want this person to go to work. Like we want that, and especially to me, like put someone here to create a mismatch. Like I'm either going here and I'm shooting it or I'm taking you off the dribble. Like we really emphasize this person being a threat because sometimes this person becomes too much of a screener. So besides screens, we also do handoffs too. Okay, just so you guys know, we don't just do pass and on-ball screen. We like to do handoffs as well. Okay, so we have another option out of this that we call UCLA. Let's bring it back to the top. Okay, so we hit the high post initially. Sorry, UCLA. So you're filling up. Yep, fill up, pass to him. Okay, now this post is setting that back screen. Okay, you're setting your man up, coming off of it that way. Good. So we call that UCLA. Same thing out of this, using that high post. If he doesn't get it, he just fills to that corner. We're back into that on-ball screen action. Okay, we also have something out of this that we call a scissor action. Okay, so if we were to start with our 2 slots, okay, we hit that person at the high post. He's now cutting off. We like to hit the second person, right? If he's open, give it to him, but usually that second person is a much better read. Okay, now she's coming off of here, and we're into that scissor action, right? We really like to use this as well. Okay, and if she doesn't get it, our high post has it, face up. Now you have options on either side. So kind of when you look at this, it's like a 3-man game going on and a 2-man game going on.